Hello, my name is Kathy, and today I'll be discussing how to use homeopathic remedies on ailments, continuing with brain and nervous system ailments, starting with the letter B and C. But before I do this, I wanted to let you know that because I have a great many videos now on many different topics, that I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easy to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Please refer to my How to Use Homeopathic Remedies video before using the material in this video. I'll be discussing how to use homeopathic remedies on specific ailments, but I've broken these ailments into categories for easier reference. I'll begin with ailments of the mind and emotions, and then move on to ailments of the brain and nervous system, then issues with your skin, nails, and hair, then conditions of the eyes, ears, and nose, ailments of the teeth and gums, issues with lungs and respiration, heart, blood, circulation, muscles, bone, joints, then ailments of the esophagus, stomach, and duodenum, then ailments of the small and large intestines, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, kidney, bladder, and specific ailments to women and ailments specific to men. Then issues of the hormones and metabolism, and then I'll address the issues of homeopathic remedies on infections, infestations, and the immune system. Then issues surrounding fertility and pregnancy and surrounding childbirth and postnatal problems. The homeopathic remedies that address special issues of infants, ailments and diseases in childhood, and special issues of adolescence, and finally, special issues of the elderly. Constitutional treatment involves treating the totality of the individual person. Everyone is an unique individual with a unique physiology that responds to substances differently. In homeopathy, it is recognized that people will react strongly to certain remedies, and as a result of this, they can be loosely placed into different categories called constitutional types. Homeopaths talk of, for example, phosphoric types. These are people who react strongly to phosphorus, or Arsenicum album types, those who react strongly to Arsenicum album. The belief is that people of one type share similarities in terms of body shape, character, and personality, and the sorts of diseases from which they suffer. As an example, Natrum Mur people tend to be pear-shaped, have a dark complexion, be fastidious and rigid in personality, and keep themselves to themselves. They also crave salt and have a tendency to suffer from constipation. As another example, Lycopodium types tend to be tall, gangly, and of stooped appearance, with an anxious expression and a craving for sweets, and a propensity to produce intestinal gas. Of course, constitutional types do have their limitations. In reality, each person is an individual, and so there are as many constitutional types as there are human beings, and account must be taken of the sum total of the person's inherent predispositions, past illnesses, diet, general reactions to the environment, intellectual and emotional features, and general attitude towards life. This is what is meant by constitutional treatment. I'll be making detailed videos on the various constitutional types after I've completed the use of homeopathic remedies on ailments. The ideas, procedures, and suggestions in this video and all my homeopathic videos are not intended as a substitute for the medical advice of a trained health professional. Consult your physician before adopting the suggestions in this video. If you're pregnant, do not attempt these techniques without the approval of your physician. So, let us continue with learning how homeopathic treatments can help with brain and nervous system ailments. Today, we will continue with brain and nervous system ailments that begin with the letters B and C. Bell's palsy. Bell's palsy is a temporary paralysis of the muscles on one side of the face due to swelling of the facial nerve as it exits from the skull. It is sometimes accompanied by ear pain on the affected side. If the eye cannot be closed, a patch should be worn. This condition usually clears up of its own accord within 2 weeks. Most people, when they are ill, suffer not only from the basic diagnostic symptoms of the disease, but also from other symptoms that are specific to each person. In orthodox medicine, these individual symptoms are mostly unimportant, but in homeopathy, they're vital for giving the correct prescription. This is why different patients may receive different remedies for the same disease. Specific remedies. If the onset of Bell's palsy follows exposure to cold, dry winds, use aconite 30C to be taken hourly for up to 6 doses. If the onset of Bell's palsy persists despite using aconite, then use Causticum 6C to be taken 4 times daily for up to 5 days. Brain injury. A blow to one side of the skull can cause the brain to hit the other side of the skull inside, whether or not the skull is fractured at the point of impact, resulting in 2 areas of injury, primary and secondary. A severe impact can cause concussion, loss of consciousness for a few seconds, or coma, which unconsciousness can last for days or weeks, or ruptured blood vessels that cause brain hemorrhage or meningitis. Permanent effects from coma and concussions are rare, but brain hemorrhage or meningitis can cause residual physical or mental damage. If someone has received a severe blow to the head, call 911. If the person is unconscious, put them in a recovery position, which is a lying down body position where the airway cannot be obstructed by the tongue or by vomit. The aim is to get the person lying almost on his or her front, but still lying on one side, with the face turned to one side, the jaw pointed up and out, with one knee bent and folded over an almost straight bottom leg, with one arm behind the body and the other arm resting to the level of the head and slightly bent, propping up the weight of the body so that the person does not roll totally over onto their face. If a spinal injury is suspected, do not move the person unless they are vomiting or choking, and then only move as gently as possible to ensure they don't choke on the vomit. If possible, give Arnica 30C every 5 minutes until help arrives. These next homeopathic remedies are for the after effects of a head injury. Specific remedies to be taken every 4 hours for up to 6 doses once the person is out of danger but suffering from after effects. For brain injury with persistent headache, reactions are slow and stupid, and the person picks at their clothes, use Helleborus 6C. For brain injury with the head feeling very sensitive, tingling, and drowsiness, use Hypericum 30C. For brain injury where the person seems depressed and indifferent to what is going on and gets upset when sympathy is offered, use Natrum Sulph 6C. Brain tumor. A brain tumor is an abnormal growth of tissue in the brain. This abnormal growth may be benign, which means non-cancerous, or malignant, which means cancerous. As the tumor grows, the adjacent tissues of the brain become dangerously compressed, resulting in such symptoms of headaches, made worse by lying down, nausea and vomiting, or more often vomiting without the nausea, blurred or double vision, weakness down one side of the body, unsteadiness, loss of the sense of smell, memory loss, personality changes, and fits. If several of these symptoms are present, call a doctor within 24 hours. The homeopathic remedies listed below are recommended while tests are being carried out or when surgery is not appropriate. Specific remedies to be taken 4 times daily for up to 2 weeks. For a brain tumor where symptoms are made worse by exertion or by cold or damp, and the person is apprehensive, confused, and frightened, use Calcarea 6C. For a brain tumor where there are swollen glands and swollen lymph nodes throughout the body and facial neuralgia, use Kali Iod 6C. For a brain tumor where symptoms come on after the injury to head, use Hypericum 30C. For a brain tumor with painful, persistent headaches that are alleviated by warmth and pressure, use Magnesia Phos 6C. Carpal tunnel syndrome. Carpal tunnel syndrome is characterized as a loss of sensation in the palm, thumb, and first two fingers of the hand, and pains that shoot up the arm from the wrist. It is caused by pinching of the medial nerve in the wrist as it passes through the carpal tunnel, which is a tunnel of tissue beneath the bones of the wrist. The symptoms are worse at night and are often relieved by hanging the arm over the side of the bed. Specific remedies. To be taken 4 times daily for up to 2 weeks. For carpal tunnel syndrome, where the person has a great craving for salt, use Natrum Mur 6C. For carpal tunnel syndrome, where the pain is relieved by warmth and rubbing, use Magnesia Phos 6C. For carpal tunnel syndrome, where the pain is severe enough to wake the person up at night, use Aconite 30C. I have a great many videos now on many different topics, and so I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easy to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Well, that's it for now. To stay up to date with my latest videos, make sure to subscribe to this free YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button right below this video. Take care.